Right now I'm taking a bath. Um, that's like one of the ways that I like to relax. I'd be taking the hot, scorching hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta let that motherfucker sit like for 30 minutes to an hour. Then that's how hot I like my shit. I like to take hot baths and shit. That's just my thing. That's just my thing. Um, I definitely suggest it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got the Epsom salt. That's what I got going on now. But today I wanted to do a live on making yourself unavailable. Making yourself unavailable for certain things to certain people. Even making it harder for you to access certain things. You know what I'm saying? Man, I've been trying to stop smoking for like almost a month now, right? Maybe 3 weeks. One of the days that I did, that I was successful is the day that I hid my own weed. Like I put it in a drawer. I didn't even really mean to hide it. I just forgot where I put it, and I just put it away somewhere. I didn't. I had access to it, but it wasn't like readily available for me to see. You know what I'm saying? That out of sight, out of mind type of thing. So I had forgot that I even had the shit. Found it like the next day, but I think it's a lot of power when it comes to that. Um, yeah, it's a lot of power that comes to that. Think about everything that you give your access to, everything that you allow to access you. Like everybody who's everybody that has access to you right now, and what resources and activities do you have and people do you have access to? It might be some people that you have access to that it's just good for you not to have access to. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa, it might be good for you to make sure that they don't have that access to you. Um, yeah, become unavailable for shit that is not fulfilling you. You know what I'm saying? For shit that's coming from a place of confusion or distraction or destruction. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's any of those, if it's a line, if it's a path you went down before and you told yourself, God, I know this ain't good, this ain't it. Um, but you're still allowing yourself to go there. Like you just gotta be unavailable for that shit. Like don't even have, yeah, just be unavailable. Just be unavailable. It could be you could get a call from whoever, you know what I'm saying? It could be an ex, it could be a friend who want to go drink and go smoke or get fucked up a lot of the times. It could just be one of your friends that just does drink or does smoke. And maybe that's something you're not trying to do right now. But it's very important. Like we do have free will, we do got choice. What I will say is very important the environment that you in. You know what I'm saying? It does not have to dictate your actions, but it will very much like impact and affect and influence your decisions, the places that you're in, the people that you with. So right now, like I'm excited about that. You know what I'm saying? Because then that gives me more time to do shit that I'm interested in doing, like learning about, fucking shit that I didn't know about before, or working on my craft more. There's always a better place for your energy to go, usually. You know what I'm saying? There's always a better place for your shit to be optimized. You know what I'm saying? Like it just always is. It's always something better that you could be doing, right? Like yesterday, right? I was about to leave work. I was getting off work, right? And I was gonna go hang out with one of the homies. I know I've been trying to stop smoking weed, right? And I also had like 2 days off recently, so I need to get some hours back anyway. So they asked me, you want overtime? I'm like, nah, because I don't like that shit. I want, my day is planned. You know what I'm saying? I don't like surprise work or nothing like that. But anyway, I end up saying, fuck it, I'm gonna just do it because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna make weed accessible. You know what I'm saying? When I leave and I go to this other place, like weed will become more accessible to me. And I'm gonna be in an environment where, other people may not be on that journey at that time with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's you need specific things, you know what I'm saying, like for you, for yourself. So sometimes it's just not conducive to be in certain environments, even with people who are good people to be around. You know what I'm saying? Like even with those people, but you got your own. You gotta have your own regimen, your own routine. Like just the shit that you know that is gonna help you and not help you. And like the more specific you get with that shit, it's like the more the more specific you get with that, it's just like the more tactful you can be about it. You know what I'm saying? You can't run from this shit forever. Whatever it is that you working on, like whether you're trying to like whatever habit you're trying to break or build, you can't run from the shit that's holding you back from that. It's gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go to a party. You're gonna be around somebody that's doing certain shit. But when you do have the choice though, like when you and you always do, but when you really have like when it's an easier choice to make, when you can step out of the way before it approaches, you know what I'm saying? Step out the way. Because when it gets there, it's a lot of you can handle it. You've been through that shit before, you know what I'm saying? What's one more time? Certain thoughts like that's gonna come up. You feel me? But just get yourself out the way. And also like when people can just access you at any time, like when people have access to your time at any given time, it's like you're the likelihood of them respecting you would just go down. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's certain people that you don't even want to know you exist, and you gotta learn that. Like it's certain motherfuckers that you don't even want them to speak to you, know you exist, be tuned into you in any way. There's certain people that you just like, I don't even want this person to be able to access me in any way or even reach out to me or anything like that, because I know that if that happens, then you know what I'm saying, I could regress into an old pattern or a habit that wasn't, conducive for my greater good. Um so yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's like you want to fade away from certain shit, from certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to keep yourself like intertwined with everybody, or with everything. So some connections that you make, you're gonna have to break. And I think like the hardest thing to do sometimes is just to sit down and sit still. It's not, you know what I'm saying, when you want to go and you're on the move and you talking to this person and that person and this thing is happening, that thing is happening. Like it's so much. You want so bad to do something, you know what I'm saying? Because when we're moving around, we're under the guise that we're being productive, even though that's not necessarily true. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is be in a room by yourself. Sometimes that's the best thing you do. Sometimes that's when you're gonna get the work done. That's when you're gonna get the relaxing done that you need to do. Like sometimes you just gotta be in a room by yourself, and that's gonna be harder than doing a lengthy workout, or harder than doing a group project with friends. Sometimes it's harder. That's harder than that. And a lot of times what can happen if you allow yourself to sit still long enough, you know what I'm saying, you'll get back to those thoughts, those ideas, and those feelings that are like in your heart. You know what I'm saying? The shit that really matter to you, like it's going to be like flying back into your direction. But I don't know, like when you constantly make yourself available to other people and other things outside of that, it's like you lose you start to, you don't lose, you may not necessarily lose a sense for that, but you just get further away from it. So I encourage people to, in myself for sure, because that's, for me, that's what it's all about. Like, I encourage other people as well as myself to just try to make yourself unavailable. Say no. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, not like not like that Nancy Reagan. I'm not talking like that. I'm talking just like with anything. It could be anything. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might come up to you and start a conversation about some shit you don't give a fuck about. Reject it. You know what I'm saying? Walk away. I gotta go. Whatever you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? So practice rejecting things, you know what I'm saying, that you don't want for real, or things that you're trying to get away from. Just practice saying no. Um, Practice saying no. I feel like if we all ask, you know what I'm saying, a lot of women, like, they will tell you about the dynamics and the impact of, exercising your will to say no and reject certain people and activities. Um, for them, security is a little bit more of a priority than it is for young men, I guess. But like you have to practice something like that in that situation, and it's really about. I think it's really about growing and protecting yourself, like protecting your protecting your growth. I think that's what it be about, because you're gonna grow, but how are you gonna grow? You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna grow smarter but lower in your self-esteem? Are you gonna grow, like, how are you gonna grow? Because it's not just all positive or all negative thing. It's gonna come with some of this and some of that, and you got control of that shit right now. And I feel like, for me personally, the way that I want to grow is I don't want to rely on other people's validation. I only want to really I only want the real test that I take for me to be like my own test. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I feel like I'm doing well, then that's it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever anybody else got to say, that's just some extra shit, that I can appreciate, but it's extra, not needed. Um, that's how I want to grow. Like, when I think about how I work in the process and the efficient, like, I want to be efficient, take my time, be cautious, not be on nobody else's time, not worry about, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be working, like, worrying about somebody else. Like, it's just me. It's just me in here. I'm taking my time. I'm gonna do this shit right. That's the type of shit. That's the type of efficiency I want to practice. And yeah, like, that would mean that I have to slow down. You know what I'm saying? That mean I have to take my time. That mean I have to be cautious. That mean I have to, be confident too. And that's another thing, you know what I'm saying? When you be knowing that you don't need to be certain places or be around certain places, and you go anyway, or you make yourself available to that shit anyway, it hurts your esteem and your confidence, because you're going against yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're going against your better judgment. And when you do that and you get the result, your better judgment is just like, see, nigga, I told you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's I think that's a really dope thing. I'm so social. I've been that way, like, for most of my life, pretty much all of my life. I had a lot of good times, a lot of bad times, but a lot of times with people, period. And I just feel like, I mean, in that case, especially, like, there's only so much time in a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta carve out time for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that gotta be independent of other people's company, independent of, scrolling on Instagram and Netflix even. You know what I'm saying? Like, time with yourself spent in the best fashion is usually like a devoid of all of that noise that I just described. Like the cell phone, like other people, like, but like, I feel like that's like the best form of that time spent well, with self. So yeah, I don't really got a whole lot to say. Maybe there's some stories that I could tell. Maybe I could see what's going on in the comments. I don't think I know any of y'all. I think all of these people might be bots. Yeah, somebody said you gotta get the money. Hmm. Uh, yeah. If you want to achieve, that's probably true too. Yeah. And some people still go far with certain bad habits. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying it's bad because, I mean, that shit is like literally poisonous for you. It's not good for you. Some people make it far, but see, that's the problem though. Like, and that's a mistake that I've made before, comparing myself to other people. This dude, he might smoke every single day, but he got his company, and somehow something is motivating him to just keep that shit going. You don't know what it is. You can't get inside the mind of somebody else like that. You just know you did the most governing you could do is of yourself. So, like, comparing yourself to other people is dangerous, because other people are always going to have good and bad things about them, but you doing some of the shit that they do could cost you more. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what their equation is. Everything that you do in your life, it adds up to the moment you're living in right now, right? You don't know what that equation is for that other person, and yeah, like, you got to get the edge. Like, that's the edge that you have against other people. When you don't do what everybody else is doing, when you don't, when you do the shit that you want to do, like, that's the edge. Because a lot of people are just, doing what everybody else is doing. But yeah, make yourself unavailable. When you get a call from somebody, and you say like, this is not about to be productive. This is a part of a cycle I'm trying to break. This is whatever this is. When you get that call, just don't answer the phone. It's not like you just don't answer the phone. Make yourself unavailable. You don't gotta block a number. You don't gotta, I don't know. You don't gotta take money from yourself so you don't spend it on shit that you're not supposed to spend it, like fast food and drugs and all that shit. You don't have to do all of that. That's really, I feel like that shit works maybe temporarily, but I think just exercising the choice of like, I'm gonna give myself the choice to pick up or not. And if it's one of those, I'm not gonna pick up. And shit, I'm interested to see, is how that feeling, progresses over time. Once that it becomes a regular practice. But I'm usually making myself available for a lot of shit. People want to, do whatever. I usually be down. That's how I've always been. Like, you want to go running, you want to go fucking to the store. If I enjoy your company and if I like you, you know what I'm saying, then I'm usually willing to spend my time with you. But I don't know. It's different seasons for everything, as you may have heard before, and you just got to know what season that is. Sometimes it's time to collaborate and be outside, and sometimes it's not. And for me personally, right now, I know that it's time for me to like, get closer with myself, get closer to God, and just to go inwards and go into me. You know what I'm saying, in a healthy way. So yeah, man, practice that shit. Practice that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you know it's like a certain type of day, New Year's Eve, I might not even leave because I want to make myself available for all that energy. Or with Halloween, I'm gonna be going outside, shit like that. It could be anything, events, activities, people. Just practice making yourself unavailable for people. Practice making yourself like, practice saying no to shit that you've already said no to many times. Practice saying no to the shit that you've said no to already like hella times. You don't trick yourself into thinking now is different. You feel me? Just that's what I got for y'all today. It's Don Ali, man. Peace. No matter who watching, no matter who listening, it's who I am. No matter who watching, no matter who listening, be yourself. And y'all have a great day. Inshallah.